Why is everyone talking about moving to Boise, Meridian, Eagle, Star, Middleton? Those are the places I hear over and over, but very few are talking about this one. But there are some good reasons you should also look into this city, so let's dive in. Just like Idaho, Caldwell's population is growing. The estimated population in Caldwell in 2024 is around 70,000. That's a 17% increase since the last census. So consider this for a second. We're not talking about moving to Caldwell because it's just not the cool thing to do, right? Everyone's talking about Meridian, Eagle, like I already said. But when you look at a city that's growing that much, you have to figure out why. Why is this place booming? We're gonna talk about a couple things, like I said, that make it so people don't wanna move here, but you've gotta consider why people are, because 17% increase in population is huge, like absolutely huge. And that breaks down to 3.75% annually. And one thing I want to dive into right away is the average household income is just over $70,000 per year. You compare that to any city around it, and that is going to be lower than any city around it. I bet if I researched every city in the Treasure Valley, there's 9 of them, and said which one's the lowest average household income, I'm guessing that's the lowest. I know Middleton's higher than that. I know Eagle's higher than that for sure. I'm pretty sure Nampa is. I'm pretty sure Garden City is, because Garden City has some nice spots. I'm betting that that's the lowest average household income in the Treasure Valley. But Caldwell is doing a few things right to make the community grow together, and it all starts for me at Indian Creek. This year, end of summer, we took our family to the cardboard box races. Those races were absolutely hilarious. People make cardboard boxes, they race them down Indian Creek, hence the name Indian Creek Plaza. There were probably 2,000 people there watching on the banks of Indian Creek. Awesome, fun time. Even somebody who refers business to me was actually in that float as well. Their cardboard box sunk, but what they do is they have little heats, and if you win your heat, you go to the championship, and there's a little championship. Super fun. I think there was even $100 given out to the winner, or $500 or something. Something small, but something fun for the community. Another thing at Indian Creek is the shops. Awesome restaurants. Amano's is fantastic food. If you're into fine dining, Amano's is great. We went there. I really like the food. I'm really satisfied with a bowl of Kraft macaroni and cheese, or just a simple spaghetti, or a normal burrito and enchiladas or something like that. But Amano's is fine dining. The guac was really good. The quesadilla was good that my mother-in-law got. I got some sort of burrito. I thought it was good, but the ingredients are really unique. It's really fun. That's just one example of the things that go on at Indian Creek. There's more restaurants there. The theater there is in a nice spot. So take a look at Indian Creek, and this is just a reminder of why Indian Creek is helping the surrounding city of Caldwell. Another thing at Indian Creek is the Christmas lights. We've done that almost every year we've been here, and we'll do it again this year, because this year there are going to be giving machines at Indian Creek Plaza. It's going to be awesome. If you don't know what those are, you've got to check them out. They're so cool. It's a little way to give to those in need with a fun, special way. It's super cool. So you've got to check out the Christmas lights. There's even the ice skating rink there as well. Super fun. In fact, this ice skating rink is about to be set up right now. It probably is. I'll probably check that out later this week. Another fun thing they do is the Family Fun Day at Serenity Park. It's got the bounce houses. It's got coloring for kids. It's got fishing. It's got free lunch for kids. Fun games, free prizes, obstacle courses for kids, just a fun way to bring the kids together. We've never done that one. We look forward to doing that one. So last night, my wife and I are driving home from College of Idaho, which is located in Caldwell. Private school, about $26,000 a year of tuition a semester, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I think it's about there. And we're driving home from the International Folk Dance Festival. Pretty cool. I'm not into dancing myself, but very talented kids. I mean, these guys it's pretty cool, and they're doing dances from Ukraine, Fiji, Malaysia. They're doing them from India. US had some dances in there too. As we're driving home, we drove past Caldwell Night Rodeo Fairgrounds. And she's like, hey, is the only thing that happens there the rodeo and nothing else? Like, is that venue not used for anything else? And I actually had never thought about that before, but I believe it's not. It's right next to College of Idaho football stadium, but I don't think anything else happens there at Caldwell Night Rodeo Fairgrounds. Pretty cool rodeo. It's top 20 in the nation, and it happens every year in August. But it's a cool rodeo. It's outdoor, it's small town feel. It's something I remember going to as a kid as well. So super good rodeo venue, Caldwell Night Rodeo. There's really 2 main rodeos in the valley. There's a third coming up, and that's the Eagle Rodeo, but it's not as big. The biggest is Snake River Stampede, which happens in July in Nampa, and then the second biggest is Caldwell Night Rodeo in Caldwell. What's the best way to enjoy Caldwell, Idaho? It is through the parks. I've talked about community, I've talked about some events, but parks are the easiest, freest way to get involved in the community. The three parks that come to mind for me are Brothers Park, Indian Creek Plaza, and the park there at Lake Lowell on the Caldwell side. Lake Lowell has two sides, by the way. There's a Caldwell and a Nampa side. We always go to the Caldwell side. Another thing that's green grass but not free is golf. I absolutely love the sport of golf. Going this Friday, even though it's gonna be top of 51 degrees. Fairview Golf Course in Caldwell is a city course, not the greatest course around. That's where you wanna take your kid to learn. Like, it's a really good course to go and learn. It's awesome for that. Purple Sage Golf Course is officially located in Caldwell, but it's passes the duck test of being in Middleton. I actually had somebody on my YouTube channel yesterday. They said regarding another neighborhood in Boise, because it acts and feels to me like it's Eagle. It's Eagle High, but it's Boise address. They got all mad at me and said, why are you trying to avoid Boise? It's not that bad, you know, call it what it is. Love the hate. Thank you for your opinion. I call it Eagle. If you want to call it a different thing, you can make your own YouTube channel. So I would say it's Caldwell address on Purple Sage, but it feels like Middleton. And then the other one that's out there a little bit, but not even that bad, is Timberstone. My friend married a guy who owns that golf course. I've never gotten on for free there, but maybe I should. I know a few people from this channel who have gone there because of me. So good golf course, love Timberstone, and I love them for having such a good golf course. It really is a good one. So if you're looking to move to the Treasure Valley, could be Caldwell, could not be, doesn't matter. Give me a call, text, email. The number, the email are on your screen. We can chat there. And what we want to do is set you up on the Buying in Boise Blueprint so that you get to move here successfully without missing out on any homes, without overpaying, without buying a lemon of a home. And we will make you an Idaho, full-fledged loving Idahoan. So if that's you, give me a call, text, email. We'll make this happen. Now, does Caldwell have any affordable homes? You guessed it, super affordable. I just had a client in town a week and a half ago, and we narrowed it down to 3 homes. What I have you do on the Buying in Boise Blueprint is I actually explain when you get to town that I want you to drive around town the first day by yourself. So I want a day and a half to 2 days for myself, and I want 1 day for yourselves by yourself of home shopping. And in that time, you're going to weed out some areas, some neighborhoods, some towns, some anything, locations that don't fit you. And these guys chose not to do that. And then by the end, we had 3 homes. We had 2 in Caldwell and 1 in Meridian. And the third day they took driving around town, and they actually had a choice between Meridian home or the Caldwell home. They ended up ruling out the Meridian home, and we were gonna offer on the Caldwell home. That one went under contract. And then we went back to the Meridian home, and we're actually under contract on that one right now. But the reason is because they could get a new home around the same square footage, around the same size lot as the Meridian home. So the Meridian home is like 25, 30 years old in the Meridian High area, if you know the area, Lakeview Golf Course area to be exact. And that was a good home for them. But just know that that's the age of home difference and what you're getting in Caldwell versus Meridian. So median home price in Caldwell, $390,000. They've seen home sales close to $100,000. I would venture to say that those are homes that you most likely aren't going to be living in. And then the highest home price sell in Caldwell is $1.7 million. But many of you don't know this, and that is Caldwell has great acreage properties, because if it says Caldwell on it, chances are it's not in the city limits, but it's on the outskirts, which is where I would probably prefer to be. If I were going to move to an area, I'd probably be looking at 25 years or newer into Caldwell. But if you get acreage properties in Caldwell, that's where I would see myself living. You can choose for yourself. Like, take a look at this home. This one is in the outskirts of Caldwell with a pool around 3,000 square feet, just a hair over $1 million. Like, this thing's a beaut. 5-car garage, 4-bed, 2.5 bath. If you're asking me my opinion, 2.5 bath is a killer on that size of home, on that size of acreage. You're gonna be wanting 3.5 bathrooms. It does have the pool, it does have the den/office. We'll have to speak honestly about the schools and the school ratings. You'll see these school ratings on your screen now. You'll see A's, B's, C's. In most of the Boise area, we're seeing A's and B's all around. Valley View High School, Caldwell High School, right in that B-, C+ range. If you go to College of Idaho for secondary education, that is a great rating, B-, great private education there. The Central Canyon Elementary School, we got a B rating. Purple Sage, which is actually in Middleton School District home, got a B. But there's Valley View School District and Caldwell School District that you need to decide where you want to live. Both, to me, are great options. The ratings are based on numerical values. They try to tell you if it's a good area or not. Honestly, I think the schools are great. I know some teachers that teach in both school districts. I know athletic directors. I mean, quite a few people there. Not best friends, but I know quite a few people there, and I know they care about the education there. I know they've got some of the same resources that other Idaho schools do. I would honestly venture to guess that the ratings are going up, which only helps home values in terms of what people perceive. But I don't know if the education's bad more than the perception. But what do I know? My kids don't go there, so that will have to be left up to you. And the one area Caldwell doesn't measure up, unfortunately, according to statistics, is crime. I would love to see a map of where these crimes happen. I don't know where they happen. I'm gonna guess they happen on unlit streets, type of thing. And I'm gonna guess that if you stick to the good areas, you have to remember, when we say there's crime in these areas, this is not like some of the areas I've been in LA. My dad showed me where he used to live and he'd roll down the windows. I honestly feel unsafe rolling down a window. People, druggies yelling at me, see gangs walking together. Like, I have seen the glimpses of that just on normal streets in South Central LA. Not my thing, might be yours, not mine. They lived in the Crenshaw district, if you're familiar. But when you go down Caldwell, it's not like that. Like, it's just not like that. I could ride my bike right now down any of those streets and I would feel safe. I would. So the chance to become a victim of violent crime in Caldwell is 1 in 222. Compared to that to Idaho, it's 1 in 414. The chances of becoming a victim of property crime in Caldwell are 1 in 75 compared to 108 in Idaho. So you can see that the chances of crime are higher in those cities. But like I said, get outside city limits and things change. So your choice there. But how far will you be from groceries, from restaurants, from retail therapy even? Caldwell's got a ton. It's got a ton of fast food restaurants. I mean, last night we went from College of Idaho to Walmart on the boulevard. That's the Cleveland Boulevard or the Nampa Caldwell Boulevard, depending on what you call it. Many people just call it the Boulevard. I mean, you saw every restaurant in the book, it seemed like, in terms of fast food. We went to Walmart. There at Ustick and the Boulevard, there's some great areas. There's Freddy's, Chipotle, Walmart. There's some awesome new development. I really feel Caldwell is revitalizing. If you look at the Boulevard and you look at Indian Creek, a ton of new places coming in. I mean, even the Maverick there is super nice, super grand, super large. Grizzly Motorsports, our neighbor owns that. Super popular place to buy your UTVs, the side-by-sides. Everything you need on that boulevard is usually there. As you leave there, you can go up the hill and you can cross Burger King. Sit-down restaurants, you've got Indian Creek Plaza. You're only 5 minutes away from the Midland exit in Nampa to get Texas Roadhouse, or to get Zupas, or to get Costa Vida. I'm trying to think of all the other restaurants there. Golden Corral's there, which we've eaten at a couple times with the Littles. Red Robin is right in that area, and also Outback Steakhouse. So, and also there's a theater there. I mean, there's a ton of things in that Midland exit that you will have super quick access to if you're in Caldwell. We even use that Midland exit from Middleton. So great convenience for the Caldwell people. But a few things I missed. Albertsons, there's a few of those within the town. Walmart, there's a few of those within town. Super important for you to know when it comes to hospitals. West Valley Medical is in Caldwell. It's right by Fairview Golf Course. Good location. If you need to go to a bigger hospital, sometimes you would. If you enter there, they might ship you out to St. Al's or St. Luke's. You're only 15 minutes away from both of those. So within 15 minutes, you have 3 great options. So if I were to choose Middleton or Caldwell, which one would I choose? Well, I chose Caldwell, right? Because I have a Caldwell address, but I live in Middleton. I consider myself a Middletonite. Caldwell or Nampa for me? Probably Nampa. So let's take Canyon County and compare the 3 cities, Nampa, Caldwell, or Middleton. For me, I chose Middleton and I live on Acreage property. I would live in any area on Acreage property because that for me is what trumps all. If you're gonna be living city limits, I would be living in Nampa, Caldwell, or Middleton. Honestly, I would. And I would probably just try to keep the age of the home within the last 20 years, preferably 5. Not that it's bad, just that I like new homes. That's how I am. I like new homes. Every home I've owned, no, that's not true. The last 2 homes I've owned are new. The first one I bought was a fixer, flipped it and lived in it for a couple years. So your choice, but I would want to be living in Middleton first. Probably Nampa and Caldwell is just a toss up because there's gonna be good acreage properties on both those. There's gonna be good new homes on both those cities. So take your pick there, but my pick for Canyon County goes to Middleton. FYI, if you're wanting more information on Caldwell, I have another video on Caldwell right there. It's pros and cons. This one touched on pros and cons a little bit. That one's gonna give you other topics and pros and cons there. So go watch that right now and you will get hooked up with all the information you need to know about Caldwell. And of course, if you're looking to move to Boise, there is no greater compliment that I received than phone calls, texts, emails from you on getting you set up on the Buying in Boise Blueprint, which shortcuts time for you, lets you not miss out on any homes, and lets you not buy a lemon. So if you want to become a full-fledged, freedom-loving Idahoan, give me a call, text, or email. We'll get you set up right away. And if I can be of help, whether you're moving here in the next 9 days or 90 days, I would love it and appreciate it if you give us a chance or me a chance, and we'll set you up and you will get your Idaho license plates before you even know it. So consider this for a second. People, no one can, the chances of becoming a victim of property crime, the chances of becoming a victim of property crime, the chances of